Hey guys, I'm back, and I got 3 boxes from a knife company called Cima. Cima, I'm pronouncing it Cima, I'm not sure. It's a brand I have seen on Amazon. It's a brand I've thought about trying. They actually sent me 4 knives to test out and do videos. I separated one because it doesn't quite go with these 3. You're going to see these 3 in a minute and why they're all together. And actually, it's going to make a lot of you pretty happy. Who am I kidding? By the time you watch this video, you will have seen the thumbnail, you will know what the title of the video is, and you'll know it's in these boxes. So there's no point in playing games. These are CSGO knives. We've already looked at some by Elemental. I've gotten so many requests for more Elemental knives, or maybe people that haven't seen the original videos. I forgot the other company we looked at. I think it's like megaknife.com or something. I am going to put links to the other 2 CSGO knife videos that we've had on the channel in the video description. So you can take a look at the video description and see those videos as well, where we not only looked at them, but then we decided, what if you wanted to actually use one of those as a real knife? And we did a hard use challenge on them. Could you really use them as real knives? So you can check out those 2 videos. Cima makes some very similar, I won't say the same because I haven't tested them out. The quality on the Elemental knives is actually pretty good. They don't use a steel that you would want to rely on in a real rugged situation. You know, we're going to see what Cima has to offer. And they sent, like I said, 3 different knives. So I'm going to open them all up at once, and then we'll take a look at them one at a time, blade style wise, and test them out. Here's one, and this one looks almost exactly like one of the Elemental ones that I ordered, except this one doesn't have the fake access lock built into it, which was explained to me that they do that because that's what the one in the game has. But just like the Elemental knife that we looked at, it has the liner lock, same, I mean, from what I remember, the exact same flame pattern with the 3 colors, kind of modeled on the Benchmade Bedlam, but very similar, if not almost identical, minus that fake access lock to the Elemental one. So we've got this one. Next, a fixed blade model, also in the same color combination. This looks like it would be, you know, if it was a real life knife, more of a Skinner with a gut hook built into it, but same red, yellow, blue pattern. A little bit of that pattern's already kind of chipping off. I've always wondered what this is. Is this like a silkscreen printing, or is this hydrographics, or is this just some kind of, you know, I don't know, acrylic printing? Like, what is this that they use to put on these knives? But this feels like it's actually a real wood scale on there. We've got this, and then, oh, this is going to make some people very happy. And then we've got a Karambit in the same color combination with plastic. Is it plastic? Yeah. Plastic handle. But, oh, they reversed it. Look, they switched it up. Red at the tip, yellow and then blue. So this one feels a little sharper than the others. So 3 CSGO style knives from Cima. I got nothing on the, you know, steel type right now. You know, I'll do research, of course, after I go into editing with the videos. I will put text in and stuff for whatever I can find. Lightweight. This one's very, very lightweight. It sounds, honestly, I'm just saying out front, it sounds like a light metal, like a cheap metal, but I don't know. We'll find out. This one's got some good weight too. This one's actually very comfortable to hold. I mean, if you were thinking about using this as a serious, you know, in the woods Skinner, it doesn't feel too bad. And this one, of course, modeled after the Benchmade Bedlam, and just like that Elemental knife that we gave away actually in the last big giveaway, the 15/25K sub giveaway. But this one has pretty crisp action, very nice. I don't want to mess up this granite. Lock holds pretty well, didn't travel. It's centered well. I mean, it's a well-built knife. It actually is very smooth. I mean, it works very well. And I like that it doesn't have fake axis locks. That really confused me with the last one. So we're not going to hard use test these ones. We've already kind of done that with the elemental knives. Again, reference the previous videos. Let's just get a good sense for these blades and how they come out of the box. We'll start with this Karambit because it is, you know, I've always said this, I'm not a big Karambit fan because I don't think they have the utility of a nice straight edge. But, you know, if you're trained in the fighting techniques, awesome. They can be very deadly in the right hands. This one is pretty comfortable, though. I mean, when held, you know, as intended, it's a very comfortable knife. There's no big seam. I mean, you can see the seam kind of. You don't feel that seam like you do with some of the plastic two-piece handles, though. If you wanted to carry this, I personally would not be very threatened by the Toucan Sam-like graphics. If somebody's carrying a knife like this and pulls it out on me, I assume one of two things. And based on how they pull it out and how they're holding it, either they are a master of the techniques and I should be scared, or they have no idea what they're actually carrying and I have no threat whatsoever. And if I'm actually carrying, you know, CCW, I'm not worried at all because I'm going to pull out a gun next and they're going to drop it and run away. But my point is, I'm not into the CSGO graphics. I know a lot of you collect the CSGO graphics. Some of you actually like to carry them, though. There's nothing wrong with carrying a knife that you think looks cool, if it's functional as well. Well, let's help it out by giving it a little slice. Wow. So it might not be finely honed right out of the box. Okay. It's not doing well on our paper test. I always say, though, you know, that's the least of our worries because we can hone an edge. My concern is, what is this steel made of and how well does it hold that edge once we put it on there? Let's go to the cord. Well, that was actually... it's pretty good. The paper test is one thing, but, you know, sometimes I feel like the cord slicing is a little bit more realistic in terms of slicing through something with some substance. That was not bad. Not the cleanest cuts in the world, but also not the worst. There's no point, I don't think, in chopping with a Karambit blade. But not bad. I mean, in terms of once we got there. So sure, we can hone that edge a little bit with, you know, now I put out the sharpening videos a little while ago. This would be a great use for a ceramic rod or a curved sharpening stone, not one of the squared edges ones. We can hone that edge a little bit, though, and, you know, if you really wanted to do very well in the paper test. Let's take a look at our Skinner type here. Well, that's a different story altogether. Out of the box, this is ready to do, you know, what its function looks like it does. Let's get some red cord. Little bit of effort on the pull, but, I mean, that's not what this blade would be intended for anyway. This is a slicing blade, you know, as you're processing your game and stuff. In the real world, with what this knife is intended to do, I'm saying. So let's give it a slice. Hope it doesn't get caught there. Yeah, the slice, it just goes right through. And then, of course, we got to check that gut hook, which I'm hoping is sharpened. No, the gut hook is not actually fully sharpened. So if you wanted to use that gut hook, the way, I mean, I kind of knew that already. You can see there's no actual edge on the gut hook. It's not hard to put on. Again, with a rod, you just run it through there a few times. But the gut hook itself is not really sharpened to a point to where you can use it. Nice edge, though, honed in on that blade, though. So again, I gotta say, I don't know what kind of steel it actually is. I don't know how well it holds that edge, but if you like this sort of thing and you like the flash and the style of that, and some people do, and that's cool, this knife, you probably could take it out with you hunting or camping or whatever. Have a knife that everybody knows is yours. On the other hand, if you just want to collect it, you know, the finish is on it nicely. I can evaluate this stuff now much better than I could last time I looked at the elemental knives, because now I do coatings and stuff. So I don't see any air bubbles in this. I don't see any, if this is painted on, although I just would love to know. I think this is probably a screen printing or, you know, like a hydrographics type, you know, where they lay a film on it. But the film is done very, very nicely. And the top coat is done very, very nicely too. And then finally we got this guy. This is it's good that it's a nice thin coating. I'm not saying it's bad that it's a thin coating. It's a very nice thin coat because you can actually see the grind lines on the steel underneath. So it's not a sloppy, heavy coating. They did this very precisely and very nicely. Let's check the edge on the non-serrated part. And this is hard to do because I don't want to, you know, mess it up. All right, so as we come around that belly, little trouble there, and that's not uncommon, that this part should be more sharpened. I mean, it's just easier to sharpen right there than cross. I'm assuming this is done on a machine, but not bad. Could be better. Could be better. And this is very easy. You can do this on a straight stone all day long. You just have to work in that manner. Let's take it to our cord. Okay. Effort with the pull through, more so than either of the other two knives. Don't like it very much. Slicing though, no problem whatsoever. I mean, awesome. Yeah, so I feel like if you wanted to, and again, I don't recommend that these are like daily carry knives or anything, but if you wanted to work on that edge just a little bit, you could probably carry this around. I don't know legality in a lot of places what it would be of this, you know, with blade length and stuff, but you could carry this. It's just not my style. It's probably very similar to a Ganzo, their copy of the Bedlam. And Ganzo stuff is not bad, but this actually, believe it or not, it has a good feel, nice and smooth, jimping up there where your thumb would go, pretty good, comfortable to hold, nice size, nice weight, balance is done pretty well. Not bad overall. It is plastic washers in there. I doubt they're real Teflon, but still, I mean, crisp, slick action. So there you go. Now, what are we going to do with all these knives? Since I'm always saying, well, these are not my style and whatever. I know that a lot of you out there that watch this channel would be very into these knives. So all three of these, brand new, they are all going into the giveaway. Every single one of them. I know that they would make some folks out there very happy. And the elemental knives that we had in the last giveaway were some of the most popularly chosen items when I had people kind of sort of vote for the items that they wanted. So, Cima. I have seen a lot of their knives on Amazon in more of a traditional look. I didn't know that they made these CSGO type knives. I don't know how they price compare to Elemental, but, you know, by the time I have finished up this video, there should be some text with some prices and stuff in there. This might be an option for some of you who are looking for those kinds of knives. I'm not going to rate them, you know, in comparison to some of the higher-end knives, or even some of the more affordable but more practical type knives. To me, these are like fantasy type knives. If you want to collect them, you want to collect them, that's cool. This is just showing you what's out there. They offered it to me, and I knew that a lot of my viewers would be into this stuff, so I said, sure, let me see what you got. And I appreciate the fact that they were willing to send these over for us to look at. I think if I had to pick one of all of these in terms of what could also give some practical use, to me it would have to be this one right here. Minus the gut hook there, you know, this has a good feel, it's comfortable, it's got a good weight. It is a fixed blade, but it has a sheath. It's totally non-rigid, all nylon, but semi-rigid, we'll say. Has that single belt loop there, but you can also carry it horizontal if you wanted. The blade comes out of the box ready to go. You can also sharpen up that gut hook if you wanted to. It is actually a little, it's kind of hard to mess up a solid chunk of steel. Harder to mess up a fixed blade than it is to mess up a folding knife, but they did a great job in this folding knife also. But this, I think, you know, you'd get some use out of it. Again, don't know how long that edge would hold, but a knife that loses its edge quickly Usually it's pretty easy to put that edge back on as well. And then this guy, yeah, I think you could probably carry it around and use it a little bit. I don't remember if the other one had a deep carry clip. This one has a nice deep carry clip. A lot of this still comes out of your pocket, but I guess that's just the design of the knife. So, some cool options for you guys that are into the CSGO type knives from Cima. I'm curious to see what you think of these in comparison to Elemental or some of the other brands that are out there. And are you guys excited to see these going in our big giveaway that's coming up? And it's coming up soon, too. So what are your thoughts on these? Is there one you like more than another? Or something that you noticed that I might have missed? Or just general thoughts? We'll be looking at another Cima knife that's more of a conventional looking knife in a little bit. But yeah, count on each one of these being items coming up in our giveaway. I gotta go film some more video, guys. So, in the meantime, as always, I love to remind you, you are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back again real soon.